Mitra and Bandhu, excuse me for my allergies. Welcome to South Asia Maps Intellectual Kshatriya channel. This is your presenter Dr. J. Reddy. At South Asia Maps, your articulate presenter will bring you South Asian centric history, geography, culture in the form of maps, icons and images. Because I have varied interest and researched diverse fields, I will also be talking general geography, world heritage, in particular human ecology. Human ecology, human predicament, human impasse and bottleneck century, essentially works of Dr. William Catton Jr.'s Overshoot book. And there are 5 modes of adaptation. We are in the post-exuberant era. Post-exuberant era. This is age of discovery. The world, Europe, Africa, Asia, Eurasia, voyages time, discovery time, the navigators like Amerigo Vespucci and Columbus and so on discovered a new world that brought vast amount of land, a ecological exuberance for the mankind, led to 5 centuries of economic, social progress, affluence. The ecological exuberance led to emotional exuberance. That is the age of exuberance. Homo sapiens, you see the right hand side, the normal human being, Homo sapient, become Homo Colossus. That means a gigantic human being, a resource-consuming prodigal. This is happening because he drawed down the once resources, only one-time resources, minerals, metals and fossils. That is the drawing down methodology. You can see the drawing down here. And he increased the carrying capacity of the planet Earth temporarily. Carrying capacity is the number of the people a habitat, a district or a province or a state, even the entire planet Earth can hold, can support indefinitely. Indefinite support is very important, else it is called phantom carrying capacity or ghost carrying capacity, short-lived carrying capacity. So, to put it in the context, there are 5 modes of adaptation. We are in the post-exuberant era now. 1500 to roughly 2000, 5 centuries. How humans can adapt, or what is their viewpoint of post-exuberant era is the presentation we are discussing today. There are 5 modes of adaptation. Realism, Cargoism, Cosmeticism, Cynicism, Ostricism. We discussed before realism. Now we are discussing about Cargoism. Remember these 5 icons of modes of adaptation. This is realism, the old world and the new world. A ship carrying the cargo, Cargoism. Then recycling, a sort of Cosmeticism. And is a cynic. This means is a pessimist or something like that. Cynic, a critic. Cynicism. This is the bird ostrich, ostracism. 5 modes of adaptation, and that is our today's topic of discussion. Cargoism is the second mode of adaptation. 5 modes, we completed the first mode in 31, this is 32. Cargoism, see realism, Cargoism, Cosmeticism, Cynicism, Ostricism. Cargoism is the part 2 highlighted here. a formal definition. I will describe what it is later. Before that, what is a cargo? Cargo generally, that means if you are living, a courier service comes and gives a cargo, some material shipment or something like that. The cargoism, the concept, originally came during the World War II when the Europeans were fighting Japanese in the Melanesian region. That is nothing but this is Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Fiji. This is the Melanesian region. When they went there in their aeroplanes and they brought lot of gadgets from the New World, America, give them as the gifts to the local Melanesian people. That is called cargo. What Melanesian people were not aware how these are manufactured, the radios, the televisions, and all those things, the cargo. So they just perform certain rituals once a while, and Europeans used to land in small helicopters, give them and get their support locally and fight the Japanese. That's how the word cargoism came, and it became very popular. You see in the Overshoot book that is used extensively by Dr. Catton. So it's the Dr. Catton, here the author of that Cargoism, who popularized that. That's the Cargoism. Cargoism means unexpected delivery of certain goods, radios, televisions to the local Melanesian people. So Cargoism is very clear to you now. This is a very, very important aspect. Now let's go and look at the definition. Cargo is the lading or freight of a ship and airplane is the cargo. Ship and airplane, there is some freight is there. Melanesian rituals brought European cargo to Melanesian people. Cargoism means Melanesian people, European American cargo. Now modern cargoism is Homo Colossus, technologically advanced people. The cargo is technological innovations. That means the technology will bring you so many goodies. It will solve all the problem. So Melanesian people, European cargo, industrial societies, technological progress cargo. If you remember that, you will be 99% clear of the concept. Formal definition. Faith that the technological progress will stave off or stop or revert the major institutional changes after post-exuberant. We are in a post-exuberant era. That means after 2000 AD. The technological progress will stave off any changes that we are supposed to make. That is equivalent to industrial nations version of cargo cults of Melanesian island. Melanesian island people has a cargo cults. Industrial nation people have cargoism, a cargo cult based upon the technological progress. That is the icon. And we will explore this topic little more detail before that. And I have extensively covered this, like the first 5 parts, carrying capacity, taking over, drawing down, new world, old world. Next 5 parts like ecological, ecology, certain other things. Next 5 parts, human predicament and age of exuberance. Next 5 parts, American dream, Australian dream, Canadian dream. There are 6 continents and 8 billion humans. How to remember them very easily. 25, I talked about the ecological bloom, ecological crash, diachronic competition, cornucopian paradigm, and excuse me. Then the both paradigms and population pressure of mouse and humans. So now we finished realism 31, 32 is cargoism, and I will upload the rest of the remaining presentations soon. So that is about the overall the presentation so far. So this is the Overshoot monumental book of Dr. Catton William Jr., Professor Emeritus at Washington State University, Pullman, east of Cascade Mountains, Northwest Pacific region, United States of America, south of 49th parallel separating United States and Canada. Monumental book Overshoot, followed by the sequel book, Bottleneck Century. Most of the basic concepts I have taken from that book. Icons and other material I have added from my understanding of the socio-political events of the planet Earth. So, that is a carrying capacity I discussed before. You can go and look at drawing down of the one-time resources, drilling deep, that is a drawing down, ecological drawing down I discussed about before, and Homo Colossus and Homo Sapiens, gigantic human being, the normal human being we discussed about before. And this is my main YouTube channel, and I have more than like 250 or so presentations, meticulously made videos, and you can go and look at them. And I have organized these 250 presentations so far into 30 or so playlists, because today's is round about human ecology. I will put them here in the human ecology part of the playlist. There are 30 playlists in South Asia Maps, my YouTube channel, JReady, you can look at it. I organized them into various provinces, regions, Madras Presidency, Bombay Presidency, railway history, the world geography, the fascinating Vijayanagara Empire, Rayalaseema, ceded districts of Simandra, Andhra Pradesh, Pakistan, Bengal region, the partition of Bharat, Maratha Empire, and so on. So it will fit into your varied requirements, whatever you are, Punjab region. You can go and look at them, and if you like them, you can subscribe them too. And you can also post the comments like our compliments or criticisms, that what you are looking for and expecting from the presentations. So that is in brief Cargoism. So all these 5 adaptations have a standard format. I will overview them at the end, all those 5. There is a circumstance, there is a consequence, there is an adaptation, there is a name for adaptation. Circumstance, consequence, adaptation, name. The circumstance, if you remember this, you will get everything clear. This is the Cargoism. This is the planet Earth, 8 billion humans, resource depleted planet Earth. What is the circumstance? The age of exuberance is over. Age of exuberance, remember, from the old world, this is the red indication, navigation's landing in the new world, 500 years of economic prosperity. Age of exuberance is over. 8 billion humans are there on the planet Earth. They have overshot the carrying capacity of the planet Earth. That is the circumstance. The prodigal Homo sapiens, that is Homo Colossus, has drawn down the most of the saving deposits of the planet Earth, the minerals, metals, fossils. Most of the time the coal, natural gas, and oil. This is the circumstance. So Cargoism accepts that. Realism also accepted that. But realism also accepted the consequences. Cargoism disregards the consequences. That's the major difference. What are the consequences? Because now human organization must change. The way we run our economy, the society, the politics, the commerce, education, medical system, everything has to change. Our behavior has to change. We cannot be highly like aspirant human beings consuming a lot of resources. That is the consequence. So the consequence disregards the people think the earth is limitless. That disregards. That means essentially both are the same. It accepts the finite limit of the human habitat. This is the human habitat. From Singapore to Quito in South America, back to Singapore, there is a 40,000 kilometers. That's all. That is the circumference, equatorial circumference, that gives you round about 135 land area, and the remaining 365 or so water area, around about 560 or so million square kilometer. That is the finite. So it accepts the finite nature of the habitat. So this disregards that. It thinks that technology will come to its rescue even though the habitat, it doesn't accept it is the finite. That's the major. So what are the adaptation means? Cargoism. Some people have faith that further technological breakthroughs will obviate the need for major institutional changes. That is the main definition of cargoism. So, circumstance accepted, consequence disregarded. That's the definition. The name of definition is cargoism. So, if you look at here, I have put up some more information. So, say energy efficiency, we are doing the last ditch effort, small cars and better mileage and so on. We have reached the dead-end nature of the drawdown methods. There are no more oil discoveries, no more coal discoveries and so on. Acknowledge the cargoist rhetoric and imaginary. Cargoism mistaken. Some people think cargoism is realism. No. Realism accept the consequences. Cargoism is not. Lot of people you see in the social conversations by the leaders and people and so on, they're talking about solar water heaters, solar energy, wind energy, electric cars, small cars, efficient cars, better carburetors, breeder reactors, geothermal energy, coal gasification, coal liquidification, technological breakthrough. These are all cargo lingo. This is not realism. Realism is very, very different. So you should not be mistaken the cargoism for realism. That is very, very important aspects between those two. So that is about the fascinating, we discussed about the realism before. This is the cargoism, one of the 5 modes of adaptation of post-exuberant era, that is 2000 AD onwards, that is 21st millennium. Cargoism. This is the cargoism. Cargoism is industrial society's modern human beings version. That is the dependence on technological progress. That will deliver them all the goodies they are enjoying today, the industrial society. Same as the Melanesian people, cargoism, that they enjoyed the cargo, the deliveries, which came automatically to them from the European, the people who used to come to their Melanesian islands. That means the cargo cults. The modern version of the cargo cults is the scientific technological lingo or inventions or imaginations are depending on them, and the old cargo cults. So that is the part 32, cargoism, and we covered 5 modes of adaptation. That is the second mode of adaptation, the cargoism. Circumstance accepted and consequence disregarded. Realism accepts the circumstance and also accepts the consequence. That is the major difference. This is your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy. See you in other presentations later.